So I went to Culinary Community College, grade school. You know, I mean, if you can go there, that'd be a great school for you guys, because they have, you know, the Culinary of the Pacific, they have that. So I went there, and it was like the first day of school, you know, kind of like just all in whites, man. You feel so neat, like, you know, you're all dressed up, you know. Not a chef's jacket, but just a regular dishwashing shirt, white pants, you know, the school there, the dress wear. So I get into class and kind of like looking around and kind of open a refrigerator, man, and I saw all this shrimp, and I was like, wow, you know, all this shrimp and all this good food. And I shut the door behind me, I looked, man, there was nobody around, so I just started pounding them. I just started eating the shrimp, right? You know, I'll tell you something, you know that saying is love at first sight. For me, it was love at first bite. Man, I came out, I said, this is it for me, I love this. You know, and it just started from there. And that's why when you find your connection in food, it goes really quick when you're having fun. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's dark moments, you know, there's hard work. I mean, any one of these gentlemen up here can tell you, man, there's blinding days where you just like, you know, you feel like you hit a wall, you know, it's a lot of work. I mean, first thing gonna hit you is the work is hard, and the next thing gonna hit you, look at your check, you go like, oh, that's all. You know, but you think about it, like anything else in life, you gotta pay your dues, right? So you kind of like start, you know, finding a lot of exciting things. You find your, you know, your dream. You just keep pounding. One more real quick story that really kind of turned my whole career around was after I finished school, I kind of went to work and applied for my first job. I was washing dishes already at this one little steak and fish restaurant, Crouching Line on Punaloo, kind of nice place, like Calva Bay. Nice little restaurant in the mountain, but I was washing dishes, and then one day the cook got sick or got drunk or what, never showed up. So the owners threw me on there, and I just started cooking. And, you know, I kind of like enjoyed it, but, you know, it's a lot of pressure. You know, when you're young, right, you know, you kind of go, man, I can't believe I'm cooking all these steaks and this and that. I made this mushroom gravy. I didn't stir it quick enough. They had a powdered gravy sauce. I put it in the hot water, but I didn't mix it, so I had all these lumps. And the waitresses told me, oh, the mushroom sauce is really good. They like the mushrooms in there. But it wasn't mushrooms, it was lumps. You know, but hey, whatever, right? You know, I mean, they liked it. I said, great. So I chopped some mushrooms. The next night I put more mushrooms in there to make real mushrooms in there. I applied at a hotel for the first time. You know, I got hired. You know, we applied in April, but the hotel was opening in September. So they told us, going through all the paperwork, make sure we do all of these things, and, you know, and got that all lined up. And then what really excited me was that when I got there, my name wasn't on the wall, you know, like on the employees list. So I went and talked to the secretary at the chef's office, and she told me, oh, let me go check. She came out, she goes, oh, go through that door there. So when I went through that door there was the dishwashing department, utilities, you know. And so I kind of felt like, you know, really down, you know. So I told myself, that's it, I'm going to quit, you know. So I didn't tell anybody anything. I did my job that day. I was pounding pots and pans. And I went home, and my mom came out and said, well, how was your first day at work? And I said, I quit. She goes, what you mean you quit? I says, I'm not a cook, I'm a dishwasher. Well, maybe, you know, you got to learn how to become a good dishwasher before you become a good cook. You know, and I tell you something, you know, in that little 10 minutes of talking with her, I think that's why I'm here today, can talk to you guys. So I washed dishes for almost 2 years, pots and pans. But in that 2 years of that washing the dishes and pots and pans, what helped me was I got to meet the chefs, and they would cook something, and then they tell me like, oh, try this is really good. You know, I tasted it, how you guys make that? And they tell me how they made it. You know, so I had this little book, I wrote all the recipes in there. You know, so I think about it today. If I cheated myself and just never went back, I would never have all the recipes. I would never become a good pot washer. I mean, I tell you something, if you ever want to be a good person in the kitchen, learn to be a good pot washer or dishwasher. Because you organize yourself. And the good thing about that job, the dishes don't talk to you, the pots don't talk back to you. You know, you're in your own zone. You know, there's certain things you have to be organized. And that's what helped me. You know, it helped me all the way through. Every time when I get in the dumps when I'm cooking, I'm always throwing myself back to the beginning days of washing pots and pans, you know. There's a million cookbooks. There's a lot of cookbooks out there. Read books, read magazine, cook, taste. A lot of the young cooks today, they don't even taste, they just cook. You know, I believe me, I'm old school, you gotta taste. You gotta taste, you know, because if it's bad now, it's gonna get worse later, you know. So you gotta taste, you know. You gotta taste. You cannot just cook or throw everything inside and that's it. You gotta taste. So, you know, it all boils down to being organized. So it comes back to being a good dishwasher. You know, so you organize there, you organize in, you go to your meetings. You know, it's like how you listen to your teacher. That's the same thing in our industry. You know, how you listen to a chef is the same thing will happen to you when you come on the street. Or even take it back further, how you listen at home. You know, or how you listen in the community. That whole thing applies. All of that applies. You know, I mean, if you're gonna not listen in the community, if you know you're not gonna listen in your home, you know you're not gonna come to school and listen, it's gonna be rough out there. It's a rough world out there. You know, get enough guys like that out there. You know, my dad taught me one other golden rule was like, whatever you're looking for, you'll find it. You know, it's really true to that. If you're looking for trouble, you'll find it. If you're looking for success, you'll find it. And if you're looking for happiness and health, you'll find it. It's kind of like simple, you know. Always strive, always shoot for the stars, you know, raise that bar.